Citizens of the Reject Nation, hello, welcome back. Today, myself and my real roomie Andrew over here, we're going to be watching The Naked Gun, okay, from 1988. I'm so excited. I'm ready for this thing. Andrew, how you doing? How you feeling, dog?
I am doing well. I had a good 4th of July weekend. I got my windshield glass replaced on my car,
awesome.
and it wasn't that horrific of a price, so I'm so happy about that, and I am looking so forward to seeing the trilogy of films that we got coming up here of The Naked Gun, including also the Liam Neeson after that. So I'm doing good. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I
haven't seen you in a while. Oh, I mean, 10, 20 minutes ago.
10, 20 minutes roughly, but yeah, I think we were largely had in weekends kind of separated, but it's been an up and down weekend. It's been good, from car issues to romantic gestures. It's been a little over the map, but largely I can say that I'm grateful and happy that I'm here, and Lord knows I need a comedy right now.
Guys, I've been on a massive health kick this year, as many of you know. Starting from January of this year, I am now officially down 45 pounds. Now I'm focused on really building up some muscle now. So obviously a big part of this has been making sure that what I'm eating is very clean, because I'm still sticking to a strict macro plan, and I want to make sure I'm getting snacks and meals that actually fit my lifestyle. That's why it's been great to be partnered with Thrive Market. I've shouted them out before for a reason. It's an online membership-based grocery store that delivers healthy, sustainable groceries right to your doorstep. And every order saves me so much time and money. I don't like actually going to the real grocery store anymore. Let me show you what I picked up from my latest Thrive haul. Love Corn Variety Pack, crunchy, flavorful, and totally addictive. Navitas Cacao Goji Power Snacks, perfect for clean energy. Love these, the Gimme Roasted Seaweed Snacks, great when I want something salty. The wife is a big fan. Thrive Market Green Olives with sea salt, straight up delicious. Davina Dolmas or stuffed grape leaves, super convenient. And since I'm vegetarian, but I wanted to provide for the other hosts here, I grabbed Chomp Chomplings for friends. And such a convenient part, I've been using Thrive's Buy It Again feature to reorder my staples in seconds. It's become part of my weekly rhythm. And here's what's especially great. For every paid annual membership, Thrive donates one to a family in need. You can click the link in my description box and pin comment, or go to thrive.com/realrejects to get 30% off your first order and a free gift when you join Thrive Market today. Once again, that's thrivemarket.com/realrejects. Thank you, Thrive Market, for helping me thrive.
All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into the movie.
Beirut. Knowing me, I mispronounced it. You ever been on a camel?
No. I don't really have them in my neighborhood. And I don't really know where they are outside of zoos.
We'll have to find
in this
one.
part of our world.
Killing a few hostages is not sufficient. The Americans must be made to suffer.
We must rip their entrails out and drag them from here to Damascus until they include us in the peace process.
Nonsense. Solution is not bold enough for Libya.
Not bold enough.
Wipe out Washington and New York.
Hey.
What? And spoil 3 years of good public relations? I have the Americans believing I am a nice guy.
Wow, they're plotting.
If we do nothing else this week, we must conceive at least one terrorist act that will show all the world that the United States, the great state, a weak nation, of weak people, a people ripe for destruction, cowards, no longer willing to fight.
Is that guy? Yeah, I was gonna say, is he gonna beat somebody? Oh no! Oh God!
Hey!
Oh! For America!
I love the music. I was wondering about that.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh,
it's like the Three Stooges. That's fun.
yeah. The tone just really gets you ready right away.
Ooh. Ow. I need to learn how to fight like that. It's a mohawk. Oh, wow.
That's how you intimidate with a mohawk.
I'm Lieutenant Frank Drebin, police squad. And don't ever let me catch you guys in America.
They sent. I love that they send in police squad for a terrorist gathering.
Or yeah, so someone trying to plot against America. That's so funny. From the files of the police squad. Oh no.
Oh, Priscilla Presley. Elvis is
George Kennedy. Oh God, we're in the living room. We're in the dining room. Oh Lord.
Where's your warrant?
We gotta save the day. We gotta get to business. What is this actually on? I'm so curious to know how they film this. Oh Lord.
Oh, roller coaster.
Oh. The day in the life of a siren.
Whee! I think Jim Abrams, he did the first airplane film.
Oh, no way. Okay, cool.
David Zucker.
$2 for a dozen donuts? Wow.
Yeah, that's how you know it was 1988, right?
Seriously.
Oh, boy.
It's the juice.
Yeah.
There's nothing controversial about that man whatsoever.
I don't know what you're talking about.
100% pure.
Yeah, it better be all 40 kilos.
Final shipment will be delivered in 3 days. Then we'll expect payment.
Don't worry.
Captain.
It's building up the suspense. I did not expect that.
Please!
I imagine that's closer to what would happen. You guys have the numbers.
He's just following lawful orders.
At least he's semi-law abiding.
Con!
Kill him.
Oh no! Oh God!
Ah. Ooh.
Oh no! Oh my God! Just kill me, bro. Just shoot me more. Do it again.
I was gonna say I'd rather take the gunshots.
Oh my God! Just finish me, please.
They didn't even really need to do much. Let's let him walk.
All right, no blood at all either. Los Angeles International Airport.
Trying to think if I've ever gotten off an airplane on the ground, like that.
No flowers, thank you.
He's a celebrity.
Ruth, we all heard what you did. Thank you. I just want to know one thing. Is it true what you wrote me about Victoria?
I'm afraid so, Frank. She just ran off with some guy.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Well, then it's over. It's all over. All of this is meaningless. I did it for her. I did everything for her.
Aw.
Sure, you think I'm a big hero, the man of the hour. Well,
Not for
do
you.
understand how a man can hurt inside?
Frank, they're not here for you. Weird Al Yankovic.
Hey, yeah.
Oh wow, it's actually him. That's hilarious.
Doesn't look like Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh God.
Ow.
I trusted her, followed my heart foolishly, it seems. Just gonna have to learn to forget. Everywhere I look, something reminds me of her.
I have driven by those on the way to San Diego.
Oh yeah.
What about Nordberg? I came as soon as I heard.
He's alive, Frank, though he's on life support. Doctors say he's got a 50-50 chance of living, though there's only a 10% chance of that.
Those numbers add up. What?
Oh my God.
I think it just said the hospital.
I'm so glad you
Cedars.
came.
Well, that's good to see you. I came as soon as I heard.
Well, thank you, Frank.
Where's Nordberg?
He's right here, Frank.
Frank, your buddy.
Oh no! Oh God!
Get the switch on the
Oh my God!
Now, who did this to you?
Love you.
I love you too, Nordberg.
Oh, he's probably had so much morphine right now.
Ship, boat,
That's right, Nordberg. A boat.
I love the gags in this.
Drugs. Hey, nurse. Quick, give this man some drugs. Quick, can't you see he's in pain? No. Give him a shot, quickly.
No. Heroin. Heroin, Frank. Nordberg, that's a pretty tall order. You're gonna have to give me a couple of days on that one.
I love how straight he's playing this character.
Yeah, and how literal he takes it.
Who would do such a thing?
Oh, it's hard to tell. Be a roving gang of thugs, a blackmailer, an angry husband, a gay lover.
Gay lover? He says that in front of the wife.
No way for a man to die. Yeah, you're right, Ed. A parachute not opening. That's the way to die. By a Laplander. That's the way I want
it. No, you can have that one.
Don't you worry, Wilma. Your husband is going to be all right. Don't you worry about it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Never let a doubt enter your mind.
So much. So much not.
But I wouldn't wait until the last minute to fill out those organ donor cards.
God damn.
As soon as Nordberg is better.
That's reading the room right there.
No, for real.
Unless he's a drooling vegetable.
Dog. What did I say?
But I found this at home in a drawer.
Photograph.
I love you.
Panamanian ship. Frank, when Nordberg said, I love you, he was telling you the name of the ship. I realize that. Whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
We have placed the Queen's security in the hands of Police Squad, a special division of the police department. Represented here today by Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
Protecting the safety of the
Fire!
I think the interesting thing about this movie, it's like, is this an actual story, but just played in the key of comedy?
Protecting the safety of the Queen is a task that's gladly accepted by Police Squad. For no matter how silly the idea of having a queen might be to us, as Americans, we must be gracious and considerate hosts.
My pearls.
Of course, we all have a stake in seeing that this portion of the Queen's American Goodwill Tour is completely successful. And we can all take
He downed that water.
Mm-hmm.
visit.
This is the mic. Oh, God.
I know. We know that feeling when you're holding it in during a reaction.
Celebration.
It's such an aggressive pee.
Will be.
It's so long. Oh, no.
We also would like to.
Good God, he had to go.
Whoops.
It's just like, I'm gonna give up.
Oh, no.
Ed and I
I'm sure he feels so much better.
Yeah, I can imagine. That was, like you said, very aggressive.
There's nothing for you to see here. Keep moving.
Megaphone to two people
in their face.
Doesn't make sense, you know. Good policeman, bright future.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Drebin, Police Squad.
Hey,
Oh
this
my God.
actor. He's in so many different things.
So many cards in that wall.
Yeah.
You familiar with that face?
We all are.
My memory ain't so great.
Oh, yeah. Maybe this will refresh your memory.
I don't know, it's still kind of hazy.
How about this?
Yeah, I remember him. I used to see him around. Why do you want to know?
I can't tell you that.
Well, maybe this will help.
I really don't think I should.
Yeah, you still don't think so?
All right, his name is Nordberg.
I'm telling you, he was dirty.
Oh, you sniveling scum, I ought to run you in right now.
All right. He worked at Ludwig's ship and tried to push something on one of my boys. I swear it. So what are you going to do about it, copper?
Well, why should I tell you?
Maybe this will help. Spot me at 20? How about now?
All right, I'm going down to Ludwig's office. I'll find out if you're telling the truth.
Oh, God.
So he ended up gaining $20 through that interrogation.
Yeah.
Well done.
Where's fish?
Fish almost looks like the same one from Deuce Bigelow and Gigolo, but it's probably a different one.
It's so specific of a reference.
I mean,
Show him in.
That was like the main storyline was the fish in that movie.
Cuban?
No, Dutch-Irish. My father was from Wales.
He takes everything so literally.
Magnificent office you have here, Mr. Ludwig.
Most of the objects in this room I have collected over a period of many years. Gainsborough, Ming vases.
This is a nice collection, a nice office.
This particular one is valued at over $20,000.
Damn.
I am a man who appreciates the finer things.
Some people just got way too much money.
Unbreakable, impervious to everything but water.
Huh.
Fascinating.
He's not near the water.
I'm sure you didn't pay me this visit.
The comedy finds a way.
I'm investigating the attempted murder of one of your dock workers.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, no.
Police officer.
Oh, God.
He was shot 6 times. Fortunately, the bullets missed every vital organ. Salt water preserved him until he was found.
So they were able to get him to the hospital in time.
He grabbed the freaking fish.
Yes, he's in the intensive care ward at Our Lady of the Worthless Miracle.
Worthless miracle.
But as you know, I am not the kind of man who takes this type of thing lightly. There is no room in my organization.
Ooh. Shit.
A vast commercial development.
Oh, no.
5 years ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You bet you do. Acres of them, as fat as the eye.
Oh.
Hey, Rudolph.
10 times the amount of profit per square foot.
Oh, God.
Has this officer, what's his name?
Oh, no.
Well, of course, he hasn't been able to tell us a thing.
Terrible.
But as soon as he regains consciousness, we'll see if he can stop. You've been very cooperative. I'll make a note of that in my report.
My pleasure.
Oh, God. Sweaty hands, sorry.
Yeah, very sweaty.
Drebin from Police Squad.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello.
My hands and everything would be sweaty if I saw her. Priscilla Presley.
Hello, Mr. Drebin.
Hello.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Broke my everything.
Seriously, how are women able to balance with heels? Like,
Her hair was the color of gold in old paintings.
It's like a noir now.
yeah, that jazz music for sure.
And the voiceover.
She had a full set of curves and the kind of legs you'd like to suck on for a day.
I'm sorry?
Giving me a look I could feel in my hip pocket.
Damn.
Yep, this was starting
I think
to get
you-
interesting.
In my hip
Having a
pocket.
mutual feeling.
Nice beaver.
Oh,
Thank
Jesus.
I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
I've heard police work is dangerous.
It is. That's why I carry a big gun.
I like the lighting.
Aren't you afraid it might go off accidentally?
I used to have that problem.
What did you do about it?
I just think about baseball. Hey, that's a honey of an ankle bracelet you have there.
Oh, did it slip down there again?
I wish there was some way I could repay you. How about dinner? I know this little out-of-the-way place that serves great Viking food.
Viking food?
But I'm afraid I'm going to have to get my rest this evening. Tomorrow being Arbor Day and all.
Well, perhaps some other time.
How about a rain check?
Well, let's just stick to dinner.
So literal.
If there is something illegal going on in this company, I need to know everything about it so we can root out any wrongdoer. That's why I want you to get to know Lieutenant Drebin a little better.
Yes, I'll do my best.
That's better. I'm sure you will.
Dun, dun, dun.
It was about 4 p.m. when I returned to police squad. I figured to stop by and see what the lab boys had come up with on Nordberg's jacket.
Still growing. Oh, my God.
No.
Fiber samples, if they aren't too wet.
Oh, God.
We wouldn't come up dry.
Hey, look out!
He's shooting at his own car.
Jesus Christ.
Anybody catch a license plate? Anybody get a look at the driver?
It's getting away.
Take the names of everybody here for questioning. I gotta get inside.
Comic timing is so good.
Yeah. No, Liam Neeson. I meant to say Leslie Nielsen.
That's
is
the
really
new
good. No. Leslie Nielsen's really good. Whoa, that's cool. That's a genius invention.
Lab boys think up next.
Now that you mention it,
What?
here's something we
Did you
came
see
up
that?
with yesterday.
What?
He just opened the door and he walked through no wall.
It's quite a handy weapon, and everything a cop in the field would need.
A Swiss knife
Oh, wow.
shoe.
That's great, Ted.
Swiss Army shoe,
What about the
yeah.
fiber sample?
Let me just show you one more thing, Frank.
It's so pointless.
They're not just cufflinks. Each one fires a single pin-sized dart that knocks out your victim for a few minutes. But
Oh, God.
here, let me demonstrate on Ed.
Ah.
Don't worry, he'll be up and around in no time.
That's such a great delivery of why.
You want this, Chief?
Oh, my
Jeez.
God.
Thank you, Al.
I thought you were tall.
There's something on the side of your mouth, Al. No, the other side.
You requested, Frank. We
What the
took some
hell?
fiber samples from Nordberg's jacket.
Wonder what actor that was.
Yeah.
Afraid it doesn't look good.
What do you mean?
Take a look for yourself.
You guys see the wall we're talking about?
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
Use your open eye, Frank.
You should open up.
When we focused in closer, we discovered a fine white powder. We tested
Uh-oh.
pure.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
We're partners for 9 years.
This is like a very meta question in real life.
Are you saying that Nordberg is...
I'm telling you that the Queen arrives here the day after tomorrow. Press should pick this up with Nordberg still part of the force. It would be embarrassing to the police and the city. I'm sorry, Frank. I'm giving you 24 hours to clear Nordberg.
This is actually an intriguing story along with the comedy.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I feel like the story itself is actually strong, but
Yeah.
it's played in the key of comedy,
Yeah.
which makes it
Mr.
even more
Ludwig.
entertaining.
Yes.
Mr. Papschmer is here.
I believe this woman, his secretary, is the mother of the director.
Oh.
Because she was in Ghost, and that's Jerry Zucker, and this is David Zucker.
No. It's nothing.
Then may we get down to business.
And she was in Basketball, one of my favorite comedies. Another David Zucker film.
There is some concern on the part of those I represent that you would be able to complete so difficult a task.
Tell me, Mr. Papschmer, in all the world,
Papschmer.
who is the most effective assassin?
John Wick.
That's right.
One who doesn't know he's an assassin. Care for some tea?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Dominique, service for two, please.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, she's the Winter Soldier. The Winter Mother.
I must kill Papschmer.
Oh.
Blah.
Will that be with cream and sugar, sir?
Mr. Papschmer?
Cream only, please.
Tell me, Mr. Papschmer.
It's crazy.
Have you ever seen sensory-induced hypnosis?
That's
I think I
wild.
just have.
I had 24 hours to come up with something that would clear my good friend's name.
No.
It's interesting that the villain scenes are all less humorous than the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Where's the police officer who's on guard at that door?
Lieutenant Drebin called and sent him home.
Lieutenant Drebin.
I must kill Nordberg.
Drebin, police squad, let go of that fellow.
Stupid.
Oh, my God.
Oh. Just can't rest in the bed.
I cannot catch a break. Oh, no. Oh, he actually had to do that. That's wild.
Damn, really got a fire escape down to the street.
Oh, he's still under hypnosis, huh? He just jumped down.
Catacombs.
You see that?
What? Isn't the ladder right there, right?
Yeah, he didn't use the ladder. He just jumped.
Oh, I didn't see. I was looking at the doctor.
Follow that car.
Let's definitely check your mirror. Signal.
Driving school? Oh, God. That was the perfect person to help with the apprehension. Oh, God.
Where did you get a gun?
Just rolling up the window.
Where did the doctor get the gun? Oh, my God.
Yeah, where did the doctor get the gun? That's a good question.
Normally, you would not be going 65 down the wrong way of a one-way street.
Oh, Lord.
Holy Hey, crowd.
Apply the brakes.
Yes.
Now put it in reverse.
The truck's not stopping.
All right, Stephanie. Gently extend your arm. Extend your middle finger.
There he is.
Oh,
The instructor is the best.
She's
Very
reinvigorated as a driver.
That's right.
Whoa.
Get that sucker.
Whoa.
Oh, what the hell?
Nice job, Stephanie.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hello. No, doctor.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay.
Yes,
Jesus
nothing
Christ.
at all to see.
Who is this character in the hospital? And why was he trying to kill Nordberg? And for whom?
Yeah, you're right. That do make it feel like a noir film at times.
I didn't entirely
Even with
trust
the lighting
him
right
either.
here.
Yeah.
Why was the I Love You?
I like it, though.
Yeah, it's fun.
And if it was, did he know about it? And if he didn't, who did? And where the hell was I?
The narration matches his emoting so perfectly in that moment. That was cool. He must have had Leslie Nielsen just wait. Oh, wow. It's like Power Rangers, such unnecessary flips, but we love it either way.
You do. God damn.
Oh.
You're late.
Is she wearing any panties? Her pants?
Depends on what I'm late for.
I don't know the answer to either of those questions.
Tonight became sometime. I'm boiling a roast.
You're boiling a roast?
How hot and wet do you like it?
Very hot and awfully wet. You seem to know your way around the kitchen.
She's boiling a roast in water.
That shirt looks familiar.
It's yours. I didn't want to get stained or wrinkled. At least, not yet.
Damn.
You mind if I slip into something more comfortable?
For a second, I thought that was his stomach.
Interesting. Almost as interesting as the photographs I saw today.
I was young. I needed the work.
No.
What?
Taken down at Ludwig's docks. The ship came in, a Panamanian ship. Wasn't on Ludwig's record.
Probably an oversight. How was your meat?
I'm not thinking about baseball anymore.
I've got 9 more.
Oh, God.
This world is such a violent place.
Wasn't I'd be out of a job. Be back on the circuit riding motocross. But I'd give it all up tomorrow to live in a world without crime.
That's beautiful.
Hey.
It's all happening too fast. I've been hurt before. I'd known her for years. We used to go to all the police functions together. We'd hung out with the Chicago Male Chorus and Symphony. Don't recall her playing an instrument or being able to carry a tune, yet she would. Same old story. Boy finds girl, boy loses girl, girl finds boy, boy forgets girl, boy remembers girl. I don't want to upset you.
Oh, Frank, it's not that. Why did you have to be so wonderful?
Oh.
There's something I ought to tell you.
No need to tell me anything. Maybe we're just two lonely souls who have found each other.
Funny face.
Aw.
I want you to know I practice safe sex.
So do I.
The safest.
How did they make those?
The safest of all time.
I think that's the producer, Robert K. Weiss. I saw him in Tommy Boy.
Ugh. That's so much mustard.
This is a cute montage, even though it's this story is like, I will not rest until I find Nordberg's.
Yeah.
But still, it's a cute montage. I love it. What did we see?
They did a great job.
Platoon? Yeah. Have you seen Platoon?
No.
It's a war drama. It's not a movie you laugh over in any way.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe we just met yesterday.
You really mean that, Jane? You're not just saying it because we exchanged bodily fluids. I'll call you tomorrow.
They do have really good chemistry.
Yeah, it's fun. Is that a reference to a movie? The little point and shuffle back?
Probably. Let us know in the comments.
Ludwig knows a lot more than he's telling us.
A hunch won't stand up in court, Frank. We're your hard fact.
He's the only one outside of ourselves who knew that Nordberg was still alive.
What are they eating?
I don't know.
They're breaking into
Their lips are red because of whatever it is.
Big chance.
I know. Take a chance getting up in the morning, crossing the street, and sticking your face in a van.
Oh my God. What are those? Good.
I don't know.
Y'all have been staking out for the longest.
Bingo.
What's his name, Mo?
Jeez. Nicely done.
You did it.
20 million deposited at Manny Bank, Zurich, upon proof of Queen's death?
That's a pap schmear?
I can tell. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Dude, he's so good at physical comedy.
Jesus Christ. Oh, wow.
Oh shit.
No.
Ah. Oh, boy.
Oh, no, God. Oh, the cards definitely fell. Okay. He is the worst.
It's just not a good idea for him to ever go to that office.
Look at
Oh, my God. Yeah, now I see him. Oh, I saw the other one, too.
What the hell?
Oh,
my God. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Yep.
Whoa. Oof.
Yikes.
Arson, sexual assault with a concrete.
We have reason to believe that Vincent Ludwig is involved in a plot to assassinate the Queen.
Vincent Ludwig is one of the most respected members of this community. And if we're all very nice to him, he will agree not to press charges.
Classic police case.
Jane?
Frank.
Cute.
I think that Vincent Ludwig is involved in a number of criminal activities.
Oh, Frank, stop it. Vincent Ludwig is a well-respected,
Oh, my God.
What the hell?
generous, kind man. It's just too bad you don't know him like I do.
Oh, yeah? And how's that?
I wouldn't trust anything in
Closed down
there.
3 years ago.
Geez, has it been that long? I don't feel like
It's probably alive, whatever's in there.
There's really wrong with him. And he's such a gentleman. He's so generous. He just wants to have a talk with you.
Ooh.
When?
Tonight, he wants you to meet him at the 7th Street Stockyards, near the 53rd Street entrance.
But you promised me that you'll be careful.
Of course I will, funny face. I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow.
You just got there.
Yeah, Drebin. I have a message for you from Vincent Ludwig.
I'm sorry I can't hear you. Don't fire the gun while you're talking.
He's covering his nose. Oh, no. Was it going to turn him to the Joker?
It looks like he's peeing. I was having a vision in my mind of Batman and Joker and Access Chemicals, but that came out a year after this.
Yeah, but I think the bad thing was
in the comics. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they wouldn't have referenced that at this point.
Oh!
They're planning on doing it tonight, Ed. Here. That's why they're trying to knock me off.
Right. We'd better be on the lookout.
Right. Excuse me, ma'am. Security.
Good God.
Hey, I didn't do anything.
He's reaching in
What
his
about
pocket.
this? You think we were born yesterday? You didn't do anything, huh?
He's got a picture of your wife.
Ethel.
Else here seeing his wife?
Okay.
My God.
Frank.
You're both right. Surprised to see me, Mr. Ludwig?
This is not the time or place to talk.
Gloves are off. I'm playing hardball, Ludwig. It's 4th and 15, and you're looking at a full court press.
He just mentioned a bunch of different sports references.
Get off my back, or I promise you it will cost you dearly.
Frank, what's wrong?
A lot of things, sweetie pie. My stockyard meeting, Butterwing.
Yes, he
Don't
does.
you remember setting that up?
But Mr. Ludwig said you call a meeting off. Believe me, I...
Pop me another one, Snooky Lumps.
Snooky Lumps.
It's true what they say.
What a
Cops
name.
and women don't mix. It's like eating a spoonful of Drano. Sure, it'll clean you out. But it'll leave you hollow inside.
What?
This man thinks he's a poet. I wish you did it like a second longer.
I made a big mistake. Here, you can take this back.
Whose is that?
By the way, I faked every orgasm.
Damn. Oh, oh God.
God. I could be wrong, but they might have used that actress again in the third Austin Powers film, but let me know if I'm wrong about that. Oh!
Oh no! Oh my God! That's good.
What is journalism coming to?
There's different pictures.
Vincent Ludwig and I, there was never anything between us. He likes East German men.
What about you?
I like cops.
Hey.
Ludwig is planning to have someone assassinate the Queen
Where?
at the baseball game. The Queen will be there this afternoon as a guest of Ludwig. I'm supposed to be with her.
I hear baseball.
Mel Allen.
Mel Allen? How about
Jones
that?
Brothers, inviting you to join us for this all-important ball game.
And a very special game it is, Kurt. As we all know, this game is being attended by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth.
Great baseball announcers.
I wonder if those guys are real.
They are.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
Nice.
That's why when I said Mel Allen, how about that? I've seen the movie 61 so many times.
Oh, man.
And he always goes, how about that? Surprised they'd have her like out in the public like this, not in some private box. Like,
yeah, right.
Look at these guys just sitting there smoking.
Oh my God. Where's security?
Yes? Mr. Palacio?
Si.
I am the head usher. I'm here to tell. Excuse me.
Oh, Cheeto Chop.
What's up?
Mr. Palazzo?
Yes?
I'm the head usher.
1 second.
Please welcome internationally renowned opera star.
Wow, it's so crazy to see Dodger Stadium in '88 versus where it's at, like the upgrades they've made to today. He's actually got a pretty good voice.
I was gonna say it's not bad. She's like, what the hell? Her realization.
In real life, they actually have the words up on the Jumbotron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's getting all the words
He's
wrong.
hogtied. Oh, God.
Could you tell me, is this an official bat?
Oh, jeez.
Good God, that's... Ah!
Oh, God. Oh! Oh, no! Oh, God.
Yeah, how about that?
Guy.
That's right, Mel Allen. Whoa.
What the hell?
Nice throw.
What the freak?
Screwball, spinning ball. I don't know what even to describe that.
Yes, Queen.
To lift up his whole arm to hand him the binoculars.
And this game's underway.
I love Kirk Gowdy. He was in the movie Summer Catch, too. Great announcer. Fun fact about me, I played baseball.
You know why?
I played baseball over 18 years, and I never chewed tobacco once.
Nice.
No, was not interested.
Why do they do it?
It's, I mean, you just put it in your mouth and start chewing, I
Don't
believe.
say why.
Oh, why? I don't know.
Strike?
It's like, yeah, that's the sport we're playing, dude.
I feel no one notices he's in a suit.
He made the call before the catcher got it. Oh, the moonwalk? Yes.
Oh, so good. Oh, man.
God, I would pay to see an umpire do that.
Get it, Frank. Oh, my God.
Might have been safe. I'd have to see a slow motion. What the hell?
No. They look like they had a lot of fun filming this.
Have you found him yet? No, and I've searched almost everybody.
Yeah, and you know this wasn't during a real game because they have the Angels and the Mariners at Dodger Stadium, so they rented out the whole stadium. Damn. Oh, they're right down the pipe. I get it. He's trying to stall, though.
Oh, no.
How is that fair ball, though? That should have been a foul ball. Safe.
How you think you're doing? Hey, you're not supposed to do that.
Yes. Yeah.
This is legal, right?
Yep, totally.
Hey, out! He was safe! He was out! Safe!
Now, there's a sight I've never seen.
You don't ever see umpires arguing with each other.
You idiot! He was out when they were out of the baseline. All right, I've had enough. You're out of here.
They're an umpire out.
It's the third out.
That's right. He has his winter soldiers.
Yeah. Oh, it's Reggie Jackson.
Oh.
Mr. October.
The Queen.
He's a gun under there.
You're the boss.
Yes, he's definitely safe.
We're going to take you for a walk.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
My God. Nobody saw him with the gun? Oh, my God.
Whoa! Was that like a dummy? Yeah.
The winter soldier can't be stopped.
It's in
the winter
hypnotic
Jackson.
mode. This is such tension-filled dramatic music.
No, seriously, those strings.
Whoa.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh. Oh, she's okay.
He saved the Queen's life.
That's not the umpire, Your Honor.
Hey,
Oh, it's this actor. He's in Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. He's in other movies. Is that a dummy too?
Stay where you are, Drebin.
He's got a gun.
I know. You ruined my life, Drebin.
And your office.
I'm going to kill you.
I see.
What? Oh. You know it. Look what happened to his chest protector.
What the hell happened?
You'll be all right in a couple of minutes.
Why does it look like that?
Oh.
No. What did he fall onto? Oh, just the ground.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. At least it didn't run him over. Oh, that'll do it. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, goodness.
What? Da, 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 da.
Oh.
Keys. Oh, no.
Oh, Winter Soldier time?
The Winter Lover.
Hey.
I must kill Frank Drebin.
No.
If you don't love me, then you might as well pull that trigger because
Very harmonious.
without you, I wouldn't want to live anyway.
Aw.
I must kill Frank Drebin.
It's a topsy-turvy world, and maybe the problems of two people don't amount to a hill of beans, but...
I like the music behind this.
And these are our beans. As I met you, I noticed things that I never knew were there before. Birds singing. I bought something for you. It's not very much,
Aww.
but pretty good for an honest policeman's salary. It's an engagement ring. I would have given it to you earlier, but
Cute.
I love you, Jane.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Frank.
Aw.
I love the wind blowing too.
Yeah.
That's
Very
great.
classic. Oh, the one lady crying. Oh, the Gilliers.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Oh God.
Sorry that I yelled at you yesterday. I really am.
Monday morning, we want you back at Police Squad with a promotion to captain, of course.
Hey.
Nordberg, hiya, buddy. Hey, Doc says I should be on my feet and as good as new in a week.
And back on the force.
Nordberg, that's wonderful.
Oh no.
Everyone should
He's got to stay away from Frank.
Seriously, this man's gonna kill him.
Yes.
Oh, I got it.
Oh boy, people who acted in the movie.
Oh man.
I'm
gonna guess there's no post-credit scene.
I'll look it up really quick.
Okay. While he looks it up, I'm going to safely say that's likely not one. You guys, we just watched The Naked Gun, or Files from the Police Academy, The Naked Gun.
Squad.
The full squad. What did I say? Police Academy?
Police Academy.
That's a different movie franchise. If you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, make sure to give us 5 stars. This was fun. This was hilarious. I'm happy we watched this. But before we get into our thoughts, we have some patron questions. If you guys go on Patreon, if you become a royal reject, you get to send in questions for us to answer. So without further ado, we're going to get into those. Okay. Jay Rushton, thank you so much for sending in questions.
Thank you, Jay.
Question for Andrew and Aaron. The Naked Gun. Is there any jokes in the film you would not gotten if you were younger? The line of nice beaver few people missed.
Is there anything I would have gotten if I was not younger? Maybe the practice safe. I mean, it was very direct, but
the
like,
condom one?
yeah, I would have been like, is that balloons or something that they're in? I don't know what even though it kind of did go over what they were in, I still, like, if I was like 8 or 9, I still wouldn't have correlated exactly what they were in.
Knowing what a condom was, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I guess maybe that one.
Yeah, maybe that one. I don't know. All of them were very much. A lot of them were slapstick and pretty straightforward. I think they were overtly funny. I think maybe the beaver one, if I were a kid, I wouldn't have understood that one. But yeah, that's the first one that comes to my head.
But that's a great question because I always bring this one up. Have you seen The Santa Claus with Tim Allen or no?
I don't think so, actually. That'd be a fun one to watch.
There's one joke in that movie. I mean, there's many jokes in that movie, but there's one in particular that went so far over my head growing up as a kid. I'm like, I never understood that joke, but he's like, whoa, Dad. I'm sorry. I'm going to just give you this one. Okay. But he goes, whoa, Dad, you're flying. He goes, it's okay. I'm used to it. I lived through the 60s. I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, what does that mean? And as an adult, I'm like, I understand that now a lot more.
He was on substances.
Yeah, and back in this, because that's what most people were on back in the 60s. But like as a kid, I'm like, I I don't know what that means. I went way over my head. So but that is a great question, Jay. I would say like just after viewing the film, I would say probably the safe sex one, even though again that was a little bit direct. But other than that, yeah, I think Aaron kind of got it right. It was pretty much mostly direct.
Okay, Andrew, you want the second one?
Yeah, I think it's that one from Unsecret, right?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. This one comes from Unsecret Identity. Thank you for being a royal reject and for the question. We appreciate it. Question for Andrew and Aaron for The Naked Gun. Thank you to all the rejects for all the great reactions. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, of course.
It's been so fun revisiting some of the beloved classics with y'all. With you all. I loved this movie growing up and miss having more movies in this genre. This and Airplane are still some of my favorites. Plug Aaron and Coy's reaction here.
Boom.
Don't forget to check that reaction out.
It was a really fun one.
I think Leslie Nielsen was key to making these films so funny, being a dramatic actor, playing these comedic roles with a serious tone. Agreed. With Liam Neeson rebooting the series, I'm excited to see him do something similar in a modern setting. Do you enjoy this type of comedy? And what other actors that are typically more serious do you think would be fun to see in a comedic role? I'm thinking Denzel. Ooh, Denzel. Yeah, Denzel is so multifaceted, and I feel like Denzel could do anything.
For sure.
Yeah. And I always say too, like actors who are dramatic, I feel like possibly could get into comedy, and also vice versa. Like actors like Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell, I know their forte is comedy, but when I've seen those guys do dramas, I'm like, I love seeing them do comedies, but when they do dramas, I'm like, they're so damn good. And Jim Carrey, when I see him do drama, I'm like, I wish he would do more of it. And vice versa, guys who do like more action or dramatic stuff, I'd love to see them get into comedy and like stretch out their acting talents. So
yeah. Steve Carell's one of those guys as well, who can really step into both comedy and action. But I think there's quite a few actors who I really like who play in both worlds who you don't really get to see. John Bernthal is surprisingly really funny. I was just watching another movie recently who is someone who's really good. I think Chris Hemsworth is underrated as a comedic actor.
Agreed.
Chris Hemsworth is
He's
killer.
so funny.
Also, you haven't seen the show Barry, but Bill Hader's a phenomenal dramatic actor. He's really, really good.
Yeah,
like,
Bill Hader's hysterical, but I've never really seen him do dramatic stuff.
I'm not going to spoil the context of the scene, but there's a scene in one of the seasons where Bill Hader, something happens with his character, and the character has a panic attack, like a visceral in real time panic attack, and it's actually Bill Hader actually having a panic attack. He brought himself into a panic attack state.
Damn! I've been there. Poor guy. He's being paid for it, but still, that does not sound fun. But I can imagine, like, if he's having the real thing, I'd want to see that, but also not, because then I'd be reminded of that state.
Yeah, no.
But yeah.
But is there anyone like definitively who you want to see?
Well, I was just gonna say too, because you were just mentioning Chris Hemsworth. You know who's really damn good at being an actor who can play a character who's really freaking scary and also really funny? Joe Pesci. He is incredible. Like, you can watch him in a movie like Goodfellas or Casino. Again, he's a really scary, like, mob hitman. And then you can watch him in a movie like My Cousin Vinny or the Lethal Weapon films, and he's playing like, a much funnier character. So I think like he is extremely versatile when it comes to his acting abilities. Yeah.
Also, Pedro Pascal is also really funny.
Oh, what was the movie with Nicolas Cage that I just...
The Weight of Massive Talent.
Thank you. God, one day I will remember that. But yeah, when I watched that movie, I'm like, he is hysterical.
He's so funny.
I'm like, I didn't really... I knew he was a great actor, obviously, but I did not know he was this funny. And then obviously when I saw that meme scene when he was on the acid or whatever he took with Nicolas Cage, I'm like, I did not know he was this funny.
But it also have the ability to make you bawl and something like that.
No, for sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. So in regards to who I want to see do stuff like this, Denzel's a great choice. I would love it. I'm just trying to think of like a really serious actor who I think could switch over. Liam Neeson, like, we saw him, what was the Seth MacFarlane movie where the Western, A Million Ways to Die in the West? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Like, there were points in that movie where he was pretty fun. I mean, he was sinister and, like, he was that threat level that you feel for the main characters. But there were times in the movie where I thought he was pretty funny. So, like, he's got comedic chops.
If I remember correctly, I think I've seen Jake Gyllenhaal be funny as well.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
But I think my top one would probably be Joaquin Phoenix. I want to see Joaquin Phoenix do more comedy.
Ooh, that'd be fun to watch. Yeah, because I've mainly only seen him in like psychological thrillers or those type of films where he's really serious, or like a Gladiator type of film where he's like a villain. But
well, I tried to show you that one movie, Beau Was Afraid.
Oh my God, that movie drove me insane. Why don't you just tell everyone what movie?
So there's this movie
that one
by
drove
Ari
me
Aster
insane.
called Beau Was Afraid. I doubt we'll ever react to it.
I don't want to.
But it's a dark comedy about anxiety, and it's a situation.
I had
a
anxiety.
situational dark comedy of like anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And I tried to show it to him at home, and he was freaking the.
I had anxiety watching it. It gave me anxiety, which I'm sure was the exact point of what the director was trying to do. But I'm like, it was driving me insane. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know if I can make it through this one, buddy.
It's I watched it a few times now, but it's definitely a very particular watch. If you have a weird sensibility, weird taste.
His performance was great in the movie, but the movie itself, I'm like, this is driving me bonkers. Really quickly, is there any other dramatic actors who has not taken up comedy that you can think of before we get into our thoughts about the film?
I mean, Tom Cruise is obviously his biggest.
Yeah, but
one.
we saw like he's got it though in Tropic Thunder. He is so damn funny.
I don't know. There's a lot, man.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other names we could.
Have you seen Nicholas Hoult do comedy? I can't. I'm trying to think.
I've only seen a few of his movies. I've seen Mad Max Fury Road.
Has Anthony Hopkins done comedy? I don't know if I'd want to see him do comedy. I think he'd be fun. Or I think Patrick Stewart's in comedy. I just can't think of what it is off the top of my head, but I feel like I've seen something with Patrick.
I mean, he was the narrator in Ted, and there were times he was really funny with his narration, but I think you mean like a straight up comedy where he's like visibly shown and not just reading some lines in a booth.
Denzel was a good I
love seriously. That's a great. I love that Denzel call. I would love to see Denzel do, because you did react to Remember the Titans, right?
Yeah, Greg and I.
Again, that's definitely a more serious movie. But there's bits in that film where there's humor, and there's times where like it's been a while since I watched the movie, but there were times where he actually made me laugh with some of his lines of dialogue in that film and the way he was delivering those lines as well. So I could definitely see Denzel doing comedy.
I would also like to see DiCaprio do more comedy, because he is really funny. If you've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
I've never seen it.
He's hilarious.
I haven't seen most of Quentin's films.
Man, well, we got to get him on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think the movie buff here would appreciate that film a lot. Oh,
right. Isn't that the meme I've seen? Or the GIF, right? Where Leo's pointing. It's from that movie. I've seen that like 200 times.
Also, Brad Pitt is very funny.
Yeah. I definitely got to check that one out.
Yeah, dude. So, okay, we just watched the movie.
Thank you for the questions.
Thank you for the questions so much. Yeah, dude, how are you feeling coming out of it?
Oh, that was hysterical. And I mean, I guess my forte into like this realm of, I saw Airplane when I was so young, so the only line I remember from that movie is like, and don't call me Shirley or whatever the line was. So I remember enjoying that when I was a kid, but again, I don't remember too much of it. But Scary Movie 1 and 2, I remember loving those movies. So like this genre, like it can be like, and with Koi, I think I saw Superhero Movie, right?
Oh, you did watch that.
I really like that one too. So like these can be hit and miss, and when they are hit, like they're hysterical. But I think you made a great point. Like the comedy was like kind of the comedy was really good, but I actually liked the story in it too. Like it was kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like you got the cake, and then you got it's just the icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it was the key in which the story was played.
Yeah. Like if it would have just been comedy the whole time, like okay, cool. I'm glad that we're laughing, but the fact that this movie had a heart and it had a good storyline. And the character actually had and the chemistry was literally the heartbeat of the film, and at least the romantic story between the two of Frank and what is Priscilla Presley's name? I can't remember. Anyways, I know I should have remembered her name. Anyways, I'm glad there was actually a story here that we could connect with and characters that. I think my favorite part, though, besides like the actual comedy, was that Frank took everything literally And
Yeah.
like, but it never got old. Like that's something I was worried about that was gonna get old after about like 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm worried this could be a repetitive beat in the movie, and it didn't. It worked to the film's strength. But I think because Leslie Nielsen is doing that, and again, Liam Neeson is such a talented actor.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen really. I think I've seen maybe a second of the trailer because, as Aaron and many of you know, I like to go in blind with into films nowadays. So I'm hoping that if he's going to be doing the literal stuff, that he's able to do the physical comedy, very much so like Leslie Nielsen, because that was such a big strength of this film. But again, the storyline was fascinating in terms of, we've got stakes here where he's got his friend. O.J. Simpson is, been framed for. He wasn't framed for a murder, but was he's like the drug bust or whatever, and he's got to clear his name while also protecting the queen. So it's actually a fascinating story. And then you've got masking with all this comedy here at the same point, and he's, very. Oh yeah, see the film's producer. That's right, Robert Weiss. But like the fact that Drebin, like while he is good at his job, but at the same time he's so bumbling too and makes so many mistakes, kind of made him feel like the everyman. And it was fun. I had such a great time, but I did appreciate that they put a lot of thought into the actual story. But what about you?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I think it was really well made. The fact that it was played in the key of comedy, in spite of the fact that it was not even in spite of the fact, but it was a story that we've kind of seen before. The cop has to go defend his friend, and then he goes too far, and then he gets kicked off the force, and he meets a girl along the way in that story who's working for the bad guy. Like, this is a familiar sort of structure for these kind of movies. But what makes this movie unique is the fact that it is doing the story, but playing on the tropes of those stories while also making reference to pop culture at the time and just the gags in which somebody like his character can get into, and then showing like the different settings in which that character can play. I thought Frank was a hilarious lead. He's I think that the best comedy is a character that doesn't know they're funny. So he's not trying to be silly. He's very I want to say not a dry sense of humor, but he the fact that he's literal makes everything funny around him. Plus the gags that come about from him interacting with the world around him.
It felt so natural.
It did. And yeah, I think the fact that he is a dramatic actor, but playing that dramatic key in a heightened scenario is what makes this all work so well.
Yeah. That's
also yeah, and just the gags and horrible scenarios I kept putting O.J. Simpson's character in were some of my favorites because, it was ridiculous and over the top. And
well, that's what I'm also talking about too. Like, even though like all the comedy that's happening, you're really thinking about his character and like clearing his name throughout the film. So I like that. Like, you can feel that storyline present throughout the entire film. So I'm like, to have this kind of a comedy where it's like very slapstick,
right,
and still feel that storyline and the stakes is a really impressive feat in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say the only real criticism I have, and that's like a very light criticism, is that I wish some of that heightened ridiculousness of the rest of the movie was applied to the villain in some regard, because I feel like those were the scenes where I was like, okay, let's like get back to Leslie Nielsen and Frank, because like it was just to establish the stakes and like what was going on later in the film. But if they were able to have infused some more comedy or some of the hilarity of those scenarios into it, I think it would have been a little bit more entertaining. Not to say that the actor himself wasn't good, but I think that if it were to play into the rest of the tone of the film, because a lot of those scenes felt sort of separate for me, because it would be Leslie Nielsen interacting in the space of the bad guy. And maybe that was part of what they were trying to do, the fact that this is a legitimate villain who's interacting with a guy who has hilarity and ridiculousness around him. Yeah. But when he's not present during those scenes and it's played sort of straightforward, it kind of is a little jarring and it's not as entertaining as the rest of the film.
Almost feels like it's in a different movie. But you know what? I personally, I totally hear you, and you have a very valid argument there. For me personally, it didn't bother me just because I like the contrast. It gives a little levity. and gives a little break from all the slapstick so that I can like feel that straightforwardness of and get a break from like all the joking around. So I think for me that it kind of drives forward not having to see that every single scene. So I think there was a nice contrast there for me, but I totally get where you're coming from. It's very valid what you were saying. So, but it didn't bother me, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and I think that, I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was really funny. All the gags are really well done, from the O.J. Simpson's being tortured to Leslie Nielsen destroying that man's house, to him on the side of the building, to the condom joke.
Oh my God.
All of it was really great.
Is there any particular joke that like stood out to you the most?
That's a great question. The condom one was pretty wild. The statue ones were pretty great as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think myself, like if there was one particular.
There were a lot of jokes. I love the car one where the
with the
airbags.
That one was good. Anyone get a look at the driver or the license plate?
That one was hilarious as well.
Good. I like when, again, nothing was actually said, but when they open the door and he just walks through what was like a broken down wall into the next room, and like, why is there a door there?
Also, I think
that's like physical comedy. I love
the subtle joke of the cheese, just like the last second.
That's a good one. Yeah, because like we had already gone through the gag of he's got the most grotesque, disgusting 2, 3, 4-year-old stuff in his fridge or freezer. So who even knows how old that stuff was? That cheese.
I feel like that's one you could miss.
I totally would have missed that if you didn't point that out. Like I saw the cheese up there, but then when like my eyes were not up there, and then when you said it's moving, I'm like, holy crap, it is. Holy shit. Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of those movies that can be visually dense, and there's something happening in the background that's just as hilarious as what's happening in the foreground, which I really appreciate.
I'm sure like if we rewatched it, there's going to be things like that you will pick up on that you missed.
Oh, for sure.
Times.
Definitely.
So yeah, great film. I can't wait to continue the series and then get to the Liam Neeson one, but that was hysterical for sure. And then should I look up? Are we going to read any of these or?
Let's read a couple trivia. Okay. Hopefully they don't spoil some of the other films, because we'd like to do the other films as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you want to look up some of the other stuff?
Yeah. Go. Just go ahead and read a couple of these while I'm looking up.
Okay. Well, he does box office. Let's see what the people want. All right, this is a popular one. Several years later, Queen Elizabeth II attended a Oakland A's versus Baltimore. What is that?
Baltimore Orioles?
Orioles. I've never seen the word Orioles before.
I've been to their stadium, Camden Yards.
Yeah. Orioles in Baltimore, Maryland, and both teams were in their respective dugouts. Reggie Jackson, then an Oakland A's coach, was the first person to receive in the receiving line of the Oakland dugout. Some news channels showed gag footage from the movie of Queen Elizabeth's impersonator throwing out the first pitch. Leslie Nielsen met the real Queen Elizabeth in 2005.
I hope there were no trumpets behind him.
Oh, let's hope not. Okay, let's see what other ones.
That's a cool fact, though.
Yeah. All right. Okay, with 345 upvotes. According to David Zucker, in the DVD commentary, the studio insisted on casting an Oscar winner in one of the major roles. This led to the casting of George Kennedy, who has been actively campaigning for the role of Ed Hocken. Ed Hocken for several months, saying that he was furious at having missed his chance to spoof himself in Airplane.
Cool. Well, he did great.
Yeah, he did good.
Him and Leslie were so funny together.
Yeah.
Let's do that
99.
one. The henchman that falls into the vat at the Dugout Dogs meat plant can be seen wearing a ring when his hand sticks out of the water. Later at the baseball game, Vincent is served a hot dog. With the same finger with the henchman's ring on. That makes so much sense because it was at a meat processing plant. Oh my God, mind blown.
That's great. That's a hilarious reference.
What
I would not have caught that.
I would not have caught that either. That is amazing. Yeah, because they made sure to point out they showed us the ring with the hand, and then they literally showed us a ring, and they showed us the ring too with his hand going in. Wow, I'm so glad we read that one.
Yeah,
I never would have picked up on that.
This is what happens
And it was
when you
so
read facts.
and it was so in your face too.
Great callback.
Wow. Cool.
Okay.
And it was at Dodger Stadium, like it called.
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
I would recognize Dodger Stadium anywhere. And Robert K. Weiss cameo.
Okay. All right. The body count was 10.
Wow.
2 are implied.
Well, I guess we're not counting the 5 Shakespearean actors doing Julius Caesar, right?
Yeah, I guess not.
Well, because it was before the film started, right? So
True.
Can we scroll that? I'm just curious what the other cameo was because it said Robert K. Weiss.
Okay.
Oh, that was Joe West. I was gonna say it. I knew it.
Oh man.
Oh, I was about to say it. It was the umpire that he threw, the other umpire that he threw out. I'm so mad at myself. I was gonna say, is that Joe West because it looks like him. He was an umpire in the major leagues for so many years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now we confirmed it.
Yeah, we confirmed it. David Zucker in the opening credits has a man fixing a picture up on the wall of his house when the police squad drives into the hallway. Zucker turns around and jumps into the room. Oh, it's the director. Cool.
Hell
and he
yeah.
directed one of my favorite comedies ever, Basketball. I love that movie. All right, so I'm gonna do. What do you think the budget of this film was? 1988.
$15 million.
So close. 12 million.
Oh, dang.
Okay, and what do you think worldwide this movie made? For some reason, it's not putting international, so I guess let's do domestic. Yeah.
For inflation, 70 million?
Again, so close, 78.
Oh, man.
You were on it today.
Hey,
and then
Rotten
Tomatoes. Just do one at a time, and then I'll tell you right away what the one was.
Oh, critics. I think it's a pretty popular film, so I'm going to go 88.
God dang, you were right on it, 86.
Oh, man.
Audience.
I'm going to go 85.
God dang, you were right on it, 84.
Oh, my God.
You were like so close. Everything you were on, like within
I felt it.
You were so close with everything.
I felt it in my bones.
On that one, I feel like he's going to get this one.
Dang. You know what? I'll take it. I'm going to count that as a win.
Yeah, you were on it on all your. Again, really, really fun comedy. I really enjoyed the storyline. I like too how you pointed out how it kind of at times felt like a noir film with the narration, the jazz music too. That was a really, really good stylistic choice that they decided to go with. So I am so excited to get into the next two. And as I pointed out earlier in the Liam Neeson one, I'm hoping it gets to live up to the incredibleness of this first film, but as well as the sequels. So we shall have to see, but what a great time. This was so much fun.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. You guys, let us know your favorite moment down in the comments below. Make sure you get notified. Ring that dang on bell. I don't know where my bell is. We're in a new studio now. Yes. Ring that bell so you can get notified anytime a new video is coming out. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Deuces.